Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another live stream. I am joined once again by the amazing Robert Meyer Burnett. Rob, how are you going today, sir? Thank you for coming on the stream.
Well, thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here. You know, I've been trying to catch up with all the reviews. It seems like you've been sending out reviews every 2 seconds. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. There's more to come as well. I've got a pile of stuff that I have to film today, and there's already, I think, 5 videos that have been uploaded on the channel, and more stuff has been shipped today. As we've lost Rob, I'm sure he'll be back in just a second, everyone. But welcome to the live stream. I hope you all are doing well. Let me know how you're going in the chat. Has anyone had any new figure arrivals? Any new stuff that has arrived that you're getting excited to pose and put in your collection? Bob Dylan says, who's ready for another exciting episode of Place Your Pre-Order? Sometimes it can feel like that. Sometimes it can. Hopefully, y'all can live vicariously through us. Technical difficulties.
How rude. I do not know. I don't know if I hit something. I don't know what I did. I was just talking and listening to you talk, and then bam, gone.
It's fine. We're back now. I'm not sure how to exactly pronounce this name. But they said, hurry up, bro. I'm jonesing for some new reviews. Well, you won't have to wait long. There'll be a new one this evening and then every other evening after that.
How many reviews have you done in the last week?
1 a day, or sometimes even 2 a day, actually.
Wow.
So, yeah, quite a few. There was one day last week, because I like to do them in batches, right? So that I can like kind of buy myself a couple of days off. Although it never really works like that anyway, because new stuff arrives. There was one day where I did 5 videos, and then I did another 5 the next day, so I did 10 in 2 days, and that was challenging. But
how long does it take you to shoot? I mean, obviously, sometimes your reviews are 20, 25 minutes long.
Yeah, the shooting is probably the longest process.
Yeah,
because a lot of stuff doesn't actually end up in the review because I do a couple of different takes because it's not scripted, right? So sometimes it doesn't go as well as I was hoping. Like Rescue, the after credit scene in Rescue where that stupid thing falls off. That happened like 3 times, by the way. So, very frustrating. It can take a while to film, but I film back to back. So if I have a shot set up that's like them rotating on the thing, I'll do Rescue, and then I'll bring in another figure and have it rotating, and then it streamlines the whole thing. So it takes me maybe a couple of hours to film, and longer depending on how many I have. The editing is I've made it so easy, or easier to edit now than how it was at the start. I've made it so that any one thing, like I'm doing the rotating or I'm doing the articulation, it's just one clip. So all I have to do is drop it in, and that's it, and it's streamlined. So.
Yeah, because you've
made my job easier.
You've been doing so many things, third-party reviews, Hot Toys reviews. I mean, it's been fun to watch your channel. I'm like, ooh, you've got a lot of good stuff coming down. It's awesome.
Oh yes, some Ultraman. There's an Ultraman thing. I'll get in a second. The villain from the Netflix Ultraman series has arrived, Bemula, and he is like, he's huge. I didn't know he was this big. I had no idea, but he's here, so I need to review that somehow. And he's die-cast, just like the Ultraman that I reviewed from that random company that I've never heard of before.
Yeah. Well, there's been some. There's been some really cool figures, third-party figures, and also Hot Toys. Like, I didn't know Hot Toys was doing a quarter-scale Iron Man 3 figure.
Yeah, they're reissuing the Mark 42. Quite surprising.
Yeah, and
who saw that coming? Not me.
I don't know. Maybe they're tired of the secondary market getting so profitable.
I think so. I think so.
And then there's a third-party figure of Jake Gyllenhaal from his movie Nightcrawler.
Yes,
I
love that movie, by the way.
It's a great movie. That I didn't see coming. But one of the things I think is the coolest is the Z Studios Batman v Superman Batsuit Chamber.
I was just about to bring that up because Bob Dylan says, number one, that his module case has arrived, but he already day one pre-ordered the Bat Vault from Z Studio. I'm not really a huge fan of those vault type things usually because you have to sacrifice a whole figure and put them in. But it comes with a fully done 1/6 scale bats. Shall I bring it up? Surely people will want to see it.
You should. I think you should.
Right,
because
let me bring it up.
it's awesome. By the way, I built.
Did you know?
Uh-oh.
That they have announced a Gwenpool figure, a third-party Gwenpool.
Yes, I'm looking at that as well. That's from Black Box. That was the next thing I was going to ask you.
Oh, I did not see that.
Black Box Toys. It's coming from.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the Bat Vault or Batsuit Chamber. Sorry, Batsuit Chamber is the unofficial name, and then we will have a look at Gwenpool because I had no idea that was even a thing. So this is on the website 1/6 Outfitters. I imagine it will be available everywhere that sells third-party stuff eventually. It just seems like this website has got it first. But basically, it's the vault that Bruce keeps the Batsuit in BVS.
Yeah.
There is the vault. And the best part about this, it's pricey, right? 255 USD is relatively pricey. But it comes with a full 1/6 scale. It's a statue, but it's a suit. So you don't have to sacrifice your BVS Batman to put him in this. You can have the figure as well as have an empty suit on display.
Yeah. With the light, I think with the lights and everything, it looks great.
Oh, and the proportions on this statue look fantastic. I think that actually looks better than the figure. But anyway,
no, it looks
ruffle
great.
Any feathers? Ooh, yeah,
that looks great. And Bob Dylan saying he got his Maju cases. I've now built 3. I have 3. I have 3 of my 9. I'm very impressed with them. Although I've figured out ways to make the construction a little bit easier. They're not hard to build.
Any issues? Bob Dylan, I know, has had a couple of shelves have arrived broken. They're all going to get sorted, obviously, but he's had a couple of shelves arrived broken.
I didn't get any shelves for my Maju cases.
Okay.
So I just got the cases themselves. They've been very well packed. The only issue I had is that I got, and I don't know, with Sideshow, they didn't give you a choice of you got the LED lights or the LED strips. They came with the LED spotlights, and which look really cool, by the way. But one of they come with these 2 little screws. One of my packets of screws was not in the box, but that's no big deal. So I just went and got the little screws. But other than that, I've been very impressed. You know, the way they go together, it's pretty ingenious and it looks great. The only pet peeve I have is how much static electricity is generated. And like the dust it's almost as if it's a dust magnet. So and you have to imagine,
and they're black as well, right? So they're going to show up even more so.
Well, it's on the, you gotta, I vacuumed out the insides, and you have to be really careful with the plexiglass because you can't use glass cleaner on it. Yes, but I really like how it all goes together, and I can't decide like when I get my other 6, so I can build a block of 9. I might just combine them all together into one big case,
into a wall.
It's kind of into a wall, but I really like it a lot. And as I told you earlier, I went to a fabric store and I got some black felt, and I've covered actual Hot Toys boxes, and I've been using them as chonky, as you would say, risers inside the Maju cases. I'm still playing with how I'm going to do it and what goes where, because I don't know when the rest of my Maju cases are going to show up, so I can't like move everything into them. And but the displays are great. You know, your latest collection video was an inspiration, you know, in terms of, I mean, I don't have nearly the collection that you do, but you know, it's really interesting because you're going back and I'm like, all right, so I like to, because I don't have every figure, I don't build them by like, these are the Infinity War figures or these are I don't really do that. I take my favorite. So like in the middle, I would have the Hulk fighting the Hulkbuster, you know, and then kind of doing a whole tableau around them. And so it's, you know, you have to decide what you're going to do. But and then Robert Beto talks about the Dexter figure that was shown. Yes, that figure is amazing.
There is a Dexter.
And then the Loki, the trickster god Loki figure by SL Custom is pretty sweet.
Yep. we will look at that as well because I love it. It looks fantastic. Anyway, I won't spoiler it because if you haven't seen it, it's exciting and I love it.
Yeah.
Before we continue, sends a super chat. Thank you very much. Hi, Justin and Rob. Love the Black Widow preview and rescue review. Fell in love with the Arrow CW so. Yeah, it's a great figure. It's great.
Yeah, it really
Rob
is.
has his coming on the way, right?
I think. And I have to ask you, did you take the picture that's on Toys Wonderland of all the female Marvel figures?
Yes, I did.
That picture's great.
I'll grab my I'll do it in a minute. Yeah, I did take the picture and we took Scarlet Witch and we did it separately, but I accidentally took the photo of her looking at the camera. So it's kind of like she's staring you down in the background there. But I work with Ryan Kirkwood, who does the pictures from at Secret Base. He's kind of like my Hong Kong consultant arm. He did all the Photoshop work on that picture because I was doing the review in the Instagram, and he absolutely nailed it. I love it. It's a beauty.
It really is.
It is stunning. So I don't know if he'll do the next one, but if the next one it's rumored to be Thor. If it is Thor, then we're going to do that shot of Tony, Thor, and Cap, standing in a row, looking down at the battlefield, getting ready. So I'm hoping that it is Thor because I really want to see what that looks like with the 3 figures.
Right. It's good stuff, man.
Oh, yes. Here we have it. The Gwendolyn, a.k.a. Gwenpool. I don't know anything about Gwenpool, but I love the way this looks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to need it. So it's very anime-inspired, it seems, from this head sculpt here. Do you know much about Gwenpool, Rob?
I don't, but I'm looking at it, and it is an anime figure, but I kind of like those figures. Yeah. I like that figure a lot. I think it's very cool.
It's unique. I think it can go along with the rest of your Deadpool collection, perhaps.
Yeah.
You got Dusty Deadpool, you got Deadpool 2, now you've got Gwenpool, plus Venompool as well. Can't forget him. He's a big honkin' boy. So yeah, I don't see why not. I'll grab this and we shall do a review. Let's head over to Toys Wonderland to look at some of the other things. Oh, by the way, that is the image that Rob was talking about with all of the figures. Yes. There is some exciting news on Toys Wonderland. They have recently struck a deal with Hasbro to officially supply Hasbro product as well. So that means that I will likely be reviewing Hasbro stuff. You all have been asking to see Marvel Legends and Black Series and all that sort of stuff. So I will likely be reviewing that stuff as well as I'm trying to find this third-party Loki. There it is. So yes, Hasbro stuff is coming to the channel. Let me know if you all are excited for that. But Rob, Loki.
I mean, we haven't yet seen this in the show. Maybe it's tonight with his President Lucky. I mean, it's so. How can you not want this? It's so.
Look
great.
At that head sculpt. Even just to take that head sculpt and put it on like the Avengers 1 Loki and give him that, that classic evil Tom Hiddleston Loki grin. It's universally applicable. You can use this on Ragnarok or Avengers 1 or Dark World or as it stands.
Yeah, it's now. Do you know SL Custom? Is that a company that you're familiar with?
This cheesy looking logo kind of looks like the same logo as Art by Art, and they made the third party Superman and a couple of head sculpts and stuff like that, and that logo looks at a very similar style to that. So I think that it will look like this because even in these pictures, the sculpt itself looks amazing, but the paint doesn't look as detailed as potentially a Hot Toys version of Loki. So I think it will look like this. I think
it still looks really, really good.
Oh yeah, big time.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, you've dropped some good reviews. The Heimdall review. That figure was it turned. I was hoping that figure was as good as it could have been, but it's just as good as it. I thought it was great, and your review of it was great. And luckily, obviously, 1/6 Outfitters, where I ordered that from, I didn't order it from Toys Wonderland, but I got my notice that they're going to ship me in early July. So I was saying, so that's coming. Green Arrow's coming, and the 2.0 Joy from Blade Runner 2049 is arriving.
I am curious about that one because that's by Black Box, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so. I'm curious to see. You'll have to let me know if that one is any good because I don't actually have that one coming. So if it's good, I might get it.
Yeah, I mean, I was a Blade Runner 2049 fan, so I had to order the Ryan Gosling and Joy, and
of course,
because I've showed you my very old Blade Runner figure from like 20 years ago that I cannot wait to replace. So I ordered that Harrison Ford figure too. That comes with another fetish of mine besides 1/6 scale chairs is 1/6 scale alcohol bottles. And so he comes with whiskey, and he comes with the proper tumblers, the whiskey tumblers to drink.
Oh yes.
So I mean, come on.
We do have another quiz, by the way, and it's specifically, I think it's chairs and accessories just for you. I think.
Oh no. Oh
no! So that one is coming up in the stream. A huge thank you once again to Bob Dylan for the quizzes. But yes, we do have another quiz. One complaint that people are having about this Loki, though, Rob, is in the images we've seen of him in this business suit, he has a split on the shoulder area, and his shoulder pad is kind of bursting out. Some people think it's like a flower or something. It's not. It's just the padding of his suit, like he's been shot or something. Does that bother you that that's not there, or is that like a
because I guess because maybe at one point that suit was intact and then something happened and it was bursting through. I never.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah. By the way, Bob Dylan says, just a heads up, I had to go deep into the Hot Toys catalog. So many of them are very old and obscure. Well, I was around in those days, so
I think Rob might be beating me this time because if they are as obscure as you're saying, then maybe I won't be as accurate as I have been in some of the previous ones. What was the other figure that we wanted to look at, Rob, before we close off this screen share? It was
it the
Nightcrawler?
Nightcrawler, yeah.
Not the Nightcrawler that y'all are potentially thinking of. There he is. So this is Jake Gyllenhaal it's a great movie, by the way. If y'all haven't seen it, go and check it out. I don't know what the best way to describe it is. It's maybe a thriller type. I would say it's a thriller type film. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Here we have Jake Gyllenhaal as his character in the film Nightcrawler, and he looks fantastic.
Yeah. Yes, he does. I mean, that head sculpt, that's a pretty good head sculpt. And I love all the accessories he comes with. But then again, it's one that's... What an odd choice. I was going to say, it's such an odd choice to make a figure of that character from that movie. Buddy Hepburn says he wants the infamous space wizard Ebony Maw. I ordered that Ebony. I love that figure. I'm hoping they do the rest. I want the whole Black Order.
Yeah. I think third party is getting a lot more adventurous these days. Like stuff like this, you would never see an official company pick up the license to this film. I don't think ever. So it comes down to a company where some employee, at this third party company, really liked the film and probably took it upon themselves to decide, you know what? I'm going to make that figure and we're going to sell that figure. And they did. And it's fantastic. It looks awesome. The accessories, like Rob said, are great. It comes with a display base. The head sculpt looks on point. And this present toys, they've announced, now they're up to 30. They've announced 30 figures. And a couple of years ago, or even I'd say 1 year ago, I'd never even heard of this company. But now they've announced a whole ton of stuff.
Yeah, no, there's some really, really, really cool stuff coming.
Yeah, there is a lot of third-party goodness. If you all have seen anything that we haven't spoken about and you all want us to bring it up on screen, let us know because there is a plethora of third-party stuff coming out. We do have a super chat from DJN saying, B92BK001 did a BVS Batsuit display 3 years ago. They're doing a partial BVS Bat computer. Oh, okay. We need to let Az know because I'm sure he will be picking up the Bat computer.
Yeah, I saw that too, which is really, really cool.
Interesting. But that Bat cave diorama, that pod thing that we just saw, I think Az needs to add that to his Bat cave diorama.
And then that Iron Man, you know, they have the box, the workshop test desk for Batman.
Yes, I just took some pics of it yesterday. I haven't reviewed it yet, but it is here. The workshop test desk. I'll light it up again because I love doing it. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
No. Hey, ho!
That is so nice.
Every time the lights turn on, it's fantastic. It's giving me a nice blue glow. But yeah, the review on this test desk is finally going to be filmed because it's been here for a while and my lazy butt hasn't filmed it, and I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's great. I really I love it.
I also love it. Peter Pacheco with a super chat. On the modu cases, DF120, how many can you fit comfortably in there due to detolf issues with bigger figures like Infinity War Thanos that I just got? You got the 120s, right, Rob?
No, I got the 60s.
Oh, yeah, same as me.
But yeah, but I could tell you that you can fit, like, I almost was able to fit my Thanos on top of his box in the DF60. Okay. And so that was too much. He was too, I don't want him. I want some headroom at the top. But you can easily, like in a DF60, you could probably fit depending on how you wanted to do it. Like in the background, I could have all three of the Thanoses, one sitting on a chair flanked by the other two, and you could still have 3 layers of figures in front of those Thanoses. So they're pretty damn big. I mean, I think I sent you a picture. I sent you a picture on Facebook that showed I had like R2 and 3PO, and then I had the 6 scale Khan from Star Trek sitting in the 6 scale captain's chair that I had put on top of the 2 of the modu cases, and you can see just how big they really are. So
I think the most valuable, sorry to cut you off, Rob. I think the most valuable thing for display stuff is potentially vertical height, like you were saying, because you can have multiple layers of figures stacked up. Versus if you just have more width, like you can have more lined up, but you can have potentially, triple that amount if you have more depth and height. So I'm pleased to hear that because I've got the 60s coming, not the 120s.
Yeah, and well, the 120s are, I mean, they're amazing, and I still want to go in and get, the guy in the UK who does those backgrounds. Are incredible. But like I don't know if you want me to send you this picture again. I can send it to you, but you can see. Here, I'll put it in. I'll send it to you on Facebook. You can see because you can see the Mando. The regular Mando and the Khan, you can't really see how far back. The bottom of it shows you how far back they can really go.
Let me bring up this picture, everyone, so you can see what Rob is referring to. Yep, I've got.
You got it. Do you have the picture?
Yes, I am bringing it up now.
And I think I sent you that picture of the DF120s that guy had done in the Facebook. If you want to go back a little ways, that has to his big display that shows how many figures actually fit in a DF120, because those things are huge. And they're I would imagine they're twice as deep as a DTOF.
There's of course
there's
Rob
me
standing proudly alongside his DF, and yeah, it's big. Look at that height.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the Mando on his stand. And so you can fit probably another Mando, and you'd still have room to spare on the top. Oh yeah. So it's I think it's 25.6 inches.
Okay.
And
that's more than enough height for your big figs, which I know a lot of people are probably worried about being able to fit in their Thanos and their Ultron and I don't know what else. Maybe even a quarter scale figure could fit in there because they usually stand at around 18 inches.
Oh,
so
yeah,
still less than the 25.
I had 3. I had my battle just for fun. I had my Terminator endoskeleton, my quarter scale endoskeleton, my quarter scale T1000, and my quarter scale battle damage T800 all lined up in that DF in the back. And I had risers for them. So it's,
Wow.
I mean, they're much bigger. And do you have the other picture that I sent you that has?
I do. I have it
because that you can actually see if you stack them up. Because I'm doing 3x3, like Hollywood squares. There's a lot of room there. I just can't decide. And if you found that, did you find the older DF, the 120? Yes. Okay. Now, if you look, yeah. So these are DF 120s, and I mean, look at how you've got multi-tiered. You got the Hulkbuster in there, but I mean, look at how many figures, and there's a lot of extra debris and diorama stuff in there too.
And the Hall of Armor down below, that thing is huge, and they managed to fit that whole thing in. So
and the gantry and stuff in there in front of it too.
Yep.
And the tables, and I mean, those are 3 DF 120s. I don't have the room to put those DF 120s in here. I don't have.
They look fantastic, and as you said, there's multiple layers, and look how much height there is still above. Like this, look at the Hulk, and then look at how much height there is above the Hulk.
Yeah, and a DF 60 is that tall too. So nice. And you can see, like, you can do a display where the Hulkbuster is punching down at the Hulk, and it looks really cool.
I like how Jesus is just sitting atop the Marvel.
I know, right?
Light parts. I don't know whose channel this came from, but if y'all are somehow watching, then fantastic display. This looks absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and those backgrounds. I mean, this guy, I forget his name, but he's on Facebook, and he makes those backgrounds, and they just really make your display pop.
I think my favorite probably could be Titan up here, top left.
Yep.
Or maybe the one behind. I'm not exactly sure where this is supposed to be. This bluish skyline. I think that looks fantastic as well. So either of those two, I think potentially I am partial to in my module cases whenever they eventually arrive.
Yeah, they just add. I mean, after looking at this, when you see the module cases without the backgrounds, and then they kind of look a little. I mean, they're neat, but they are so much more exciting when you have those backdrops. They
are beautiful. I might actually have to get some of those myself. Rob, DJN also says Present Toys is making characters from the movie Heat.
Yes, I have that 2-pack ordered.
I haven't seen Heat. What is Heat?
Okay, Heat is... Come on, dude. You're young.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Heat is a crime thriller that stars Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Oh,
and Al Pacino plays a cop. His name is Vincent Hanna. And Robert De Niro's character is Neil McCauley. And Neil McCauley is a high-end thief. And it takes place in L.A. And the two of them are going head-to-head with each other. And I ordered that from 1/6 Outfitters. It's interesting because I forget how long ago I ordered. Here, I'll find... I think it was it Present Toys? I think it is.
Yes, I have found them individually. I'm just trying to find the 2-pack because it'll be easier, obviously, to see them on screen. Toys Wonderland has them only individually, I think. But yes, let me bring them up so y'all can see what DJN is referring to. If y'all are fans of the movie Heat, which I have not seen, and now it seems that I definitely have to add it to my list.
Yeah, that's the Al Pacino figure.
Here we have Al. And Present Toys, again, it seems they are doing this whole classic film thing that's not very toyetic, that nobody else would do, but a lot of people probably would want just as a classy figure, which, you know, for third-party companies, I think that's the way to go, because this is something that I don't think an official company would ever go near. And the price is pretty reasonable. I don't know what that is in USD, but in Australian D, that's about right.
Here's my Present Toys. I'm holding it up. This is Al Pacino from Godfather 2. and
Hey.
it comes with the chair, and I really love this figure. I love this figure, and I think the head sculpt's pretty great, and I've got him in the right because he's kind of leaning, but he comes with a cigarette, and he comes with a glass of whiskey.
Oh, I've got two of your 1/6 scale.
I mean, what more could anyone ask for? I don't. To
they
be
could
honest,
ask for a Robert De Niro, a young Robert De Niro figure, because here it is, and it looks great. Also, I like the sculpt. They've still got a bunch of the wrinkling in there, so it has a lot of detail. The suits look perfectly imperfect. They look ill-fitting, which I'm pretty sure is good for the era. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Is all I can say about it. Because I haven't seen the film, so I don't really know if it's bang on or not.
It's pretty good.
Okay. I might pick them up. We shall see. If that's something you'll want to see, let me know. I did watch a film that came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It is Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1, a DC animated film. Some of their animated films have been good. Some have been a bit weird. This one I thought was fantastic. I haven't read The Long Halloween, so I hadn't spoiled myself. I didn't know the twists and the turns and what was coming, which in this instance I'm happy about because there were a couple of twists. But the animation style was awesome. The sound was fantastic. And the story was great as far as I'm aware. So this was only part 1. Part 2 is coming out in July. But part 1 I really enjoyed. Are you going to watch that, Rob? Is that
I am, because I read that. I have the graphic novel. I read that when it came out. It lasted 12 months.
Yes.
So I can't wait. I'm sorry. I spilled water on my keyboard. That was my green goblin knocked over my water.
How dare he, that green menace.
I know. But yeah, I can't wait to see it. And if you say it's good, then heck, that's got to be worth watching. It
was I went with low expectations. I started watching it at midnight. I was like, okay, if it's good, then I'll sit down and watch the whole thing. But if not, I won't bother. And Steph was sitting there reading some rubbish on her phone, and she took her glasses off. She's like, I'm not going to watch this. And it got to a point where it was so good that she put her glasses back on and watched it. So, yeah, it's a good classic Batman story. The gentleman who's from Supernatural who plays Batman, I think, is a great choice. And I also like that, I guess because the comic book run was over those 12 months, they have these great stopping points in the story where it's like Christmas and then there's like been a murder and then they have these like little postcard type things where they've got the gun. And anyway, it's great. You'll see.
Well, I look very forward to it.
I am almost tempted to say wait till part 2 and then, but you can't do that.
Have you seen the World War II Disney or DC animated film? I really want to see that.
Apparently that is excellent. So I might watch that today. Someone asked me where I watched. Derek asked me where I watched it. I just got it on iTunes. It's available on iTunes. So I just bought it on there and watched it on there. But I'm pretty sure you'll probably be able to stream it on HBO Max, I would imagine. We don't have that here, so I don't know, unfortunately.
Right.
I'm sorry. But I will definitely check out that World War II, Justice Society World War II. I will watch it. Ryan Kirkwood is here, the gentleman behind the glorious photos, and he says, gonna watch it tonight. Ryan is a man of few words. Every now and then I'll message Ryan, and I'll say, Ryan, how are you going? And he'll say, good. And then that will be the end of that conversation.
His photos, by the way, are incredible. Can I just, Ryan, I've never spoken to you, but if you're in the chat, I love your photography, and every time it just keeps getting better. And you and Justin now have the perfect synergy because your pictures and Justin's words. Oh, yes. Chef's kiss for those, man.
He had to work hard for the Black Widow pics because she's wearing a white suit and they had the lights blasting on her. So he had to tweak the exposure so you could still see the face, so it wasn't so dark that you couldn't see the face, but you could also see the suit. So I know he had a bit of a challenge when it came to the Black Widow figure, but he managed to get it done. ACGHK, which is the Hong Kong Comic Con, I always struggle with that, is going to happen in July. And if Hot Toys are there, because the rumor is apparently they might not be there this year. They have been every other year, but if they are there, Ryan, I just managed to secure him press passes. So he will be going on my behalf because unfortunately we still cannot leave the country here in Australia.
Right.
So Ryan shall be going to ACGHK and he should be getting us in-person footage of any new prototypes that are on display.
Nice.
Hopefully a bunch of badass pics as well. So everyone stay tuned for Hong Kong.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't wait to get both of those Black Widow figures because the Taskmaster looks incredible.
And I think we're going to get more too. I mean, they had that preview of Red Guardian in the background behind Black Widow. And I found out recently that they don't have Disney Plus in Hong Kong. So that is potentially why we are only getting 1 or 2 figures per Disney Plus show, because the people of Hong Kong know nothing about these shows because they can't even watch them legally. Whereas Black Widow is a wide release film. They get to go to the cinema and watch it. So I'm pretty sure they're going to go a little bit deeper in the line, at least Red Guardian and the black suit that Black Widow is wearing, I would expect. So maybe another 2 figures from that line, at least. Yeah,
I mean, I really liked what I saw. Both of those, the white figure, the white Black Widow, the winter costume, it looks great.
My 13-year-old sister was in the cinema. We went and saw Fast and Furious 9. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But
I'm sorry.
The trailer for Black Widow came on. Yeah, thank you. The trailer for Black Widow came on, and she was like, "Oh, that looks awesome." But then she saw the white suit, and she's like, "Hang on, why is she wearing a white suit? She's Black Widow. She's not White Widow." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And she's a 13-year-old kid, so she's very sassy. And she went on a rant for about 10 minutes while the previews were going about how she should not be wearing a white suit. And I was like, "Just chill." It's fine. She's going to be in the snow. And she's like, "It makes no sense." Anyway, it was amusing to say the least. But yeah, Fast 9, I didn't want to see it. Steph wanted to see it because she likes the franchise. And the previous ones I actually thought were all right, to be honest. But I prefer it when it's down and dirty, street racing, back to basics. Like, when did racing cars when did that not become cool anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I love the Fast and Furious franchise. I hated Fast 9.
Oh my god!
I didn't just dislike it after the first 10 minutes in that jungle scene. I'm like, okay, they've now made it. It's a meme movie. It's a movie that
it is.
It's all memes. It's all and
they were making fun of it themselves in the film,
in the movie, and I'm just like, I can't. There's no. It really bummed me out.
Yeah, it's a shame because I really enjoyed the street racing scenes in this film. Like those parts, the flashback scenes, I thought were the highlight, which is ridiculous because they're not even the actual actors who play those characters. But I enjoyed those street racing scenes. I was hoping that they would go a little bit more back to their roots. But like when Vin Diesel pulls down a concrete roof,
like Samson, like from the Bible, Samson pulling down the roof.
But he didn't even struggle. Like my 13-year-old sister once again was highlighting how stupid that was. She was like, he didn't even struggle. He was just like, and the thing just, the entire roof caves in, this huge concrete facility. Like if John Cena did it, okay, maybe I could understand because John Cena's a tank. But Vin Diesel's not at that level, I don't think.
Nope.
Anyway, enough ranting about Fast 9. Save yourself the ticket admission price and go and see Black Widow when it comes out in 2 weeks instead, I think. Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, well. Franchises sometimes overstay their welcome. Simon with a $6.99 super chat. Have you guys watched the new Suicide Squad trailer yet? Looking forward to some new figures from that movie. Love these streams. Thank you very much. And yes, I watched it this morning. Rob, have you seen it?
I did. I watched it this morning as well. It's It looks like it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Although it's skirting the line between, I think, slapstick humor. I mean, there's a lot of we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, there was some weird jokes in the trailer, and I was like, oh, I don't know if that really worked, to be honest.
Yes.
Maybe it'll work in context of the scene.
Right.
We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt.
Me too.
But I'm not going to lie. It kind of gave me original Suicide Squad vibes, just a little bit. So
I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. I just can't believe that they're using the character of Starro. When I was a kid,
I know.
I loved Starro as the giant. Like, I can't believe they're doing that. Only James Gunn would have done that. And God bless him for doing that, because I'm so here for Starro.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I mean, if there was any villain that was weird and James Gunn enough to go in his film, yeah, it's Starro.
Yeah.
Other than that, maybe Condiment King. But I'm excited to see it, and as far as Hot Toys making figures, I can see a couple of Harley Quinn figures potentially in the red dress and in the I don't know what to call that other outfit, the bombshell type outfit. I can maybe see a John Cena Peacemaker and potentially a Bloodsport, but I don't know how far they're going to go down that line. I would love to see a King Shark. That'd be awesome. But I don't know if the film is going to do that well. And the Hot Toys are probably thinking the same thing. Hey, the only other point of reference we have is the first Suicide Squad film, and we lost probably a lot of money picking up the license for that film because those figures didn't really sell. So it's a big risk for them. But James Gunn is a known commodity, so maybe. It's a maybe.
Yeah.
They'll go slow, I think, with the rollout. And if pre-orders do well, then they'll potentially do more, which I think is the best way to do it, because that way we all get what we want and they don't bankrupt themselves in the process. Lizzie with a $5 super chat. Would you like Hot Toys or third party to make Space Giants, Spectre-Man, and Johnny Socko? These would be must-haves for me. I don't know what any of those are, so I apologize, Lizzie. Rob, what is Lizzie talking about?
Well, these are Japanese sci-fi characters. Johnny Socko and his robot, and I believe, and Space Giants and Spectre-Man are all from Japanese science fiction. And I mean, there's so many figures from 60s and 70s era Japan that are amazing, you know, and that come from that whole tokusatsu? Is that what it's called? And they're really cool. I mean, they're great designs. They're very toyetic, and I would love to see a lot of those. But those, like you said, I couldn't believe that is it 3A that's doing the
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Speaking of Japanese Sentai costume design, I mean, those are coming out in July. And 3.0 usually never late on their delivery windows. By the way, if you all want to know when stuff is coming out from 3.0, just go to their website and scroll to the bottom of the page. It has a release schedule, and it says coming in June, July, etc. And Power Rangers are coming in July, and I couldn't be more excited for Power Rangers. The question is, do I review them? Review them one at a time, right? I don't review them all at once.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Because people have their favorite Rangers, right? Like, people will want to just watch the Green Ranger, or people will just want to watch the Red Ranger, and they don't want to sit through 50 minutes of other Rangers. Okay. There it shall be. I will do individual reviews.
I would imagine, like, when she's asking about Spectre-Man and things like that, I would think that, like, SA figure outs would do that stuff, wouldn't they?
I wouldn't be surprised. They did Japanese Spider-Man recently. That's a figure that I would love to have that in 1/6 scale. That'd be fantastic. But Figure Arts are able to take more risks because they're smaller. The cost of entry for collectors is a lot lower. Therefore, people are more likely to just go ahead and get it versus not. And they pick up a lot of the Japanese licenses because they are based out of Japan, whereas Hot Toys is based out of Hong Kong. So they have their own classic TV show type stuff in Hong Kong that might not necessarily make it to other countries in the Western world. Same thing with the Japanese stuff. I might not make it to Hong Kong, so they might not even, like me, they might not even know who those characters are potentially.
Well, I think that's the problem. Like Space Giants and Spectre-Man, they're all early 70s, late 60s, and people now, it's not like Ultraman that's constantly been
and with the new Netflix
renewed
show.
Yeah. Although Spectre-Man had some pretty if memory serves, pretty goofy ape looking villains that are pretty awesome.
Okay, well maybe it's one I'll add to my list. I've just started watching Naruto, which by the way, people have an issue when I say Naruto and also Naruto. So maybe I just don't say his name anymore because I can't get the pronunciation right no matter which way I say it. But I've just started watching the show and so far I'm enjoying it. And I got the figure recently, this one. If I can bring it down. Yep. From Zen Creation. I'm not sure if you have seen the review of this, Rob, but it is Naruto himself.
Yeah.
It's from a new company. Look at this base.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a diorama base with detail around the edges. It's beautiful. Yeah, I've got my eyes on this company because I've spoken to the owner and he said that they are going after more anime licenses. So I'm hoping that means, I don't know, Dragon Ball. I told him to go after My Hero Academia just because this body size is perfect for those characters because they are kids at the end of the day. But yeah, Naruto is on my list. I've just started watching that, and I'll add some of those suggestions, Lizzie, to the list as well. It's growing. The list is continuously growing. Every time I speak to Rob, he lets me know of another piece of entertainment I have not consumed.
I know, but you think about it, there's so much to watch. I mean, you and I are we have a large age gap between us, and there's just things that why would you go back and watch? I mean, it's hard to do that. You can't. There's so much new stuff to watch. How are you going to go back and watch? Going back in time and watch everything. Correct. I mean, it's crazy.
Plus, tonight we have a new episode of Loki. That's exciting. Hey, in 5 or 4 hours now, there will be a new episode of Loki. Are you enjoying Loki so far, Rob?
I love it.
I know Az isn't.
He is not at all.
I'm kind of between. I'm liking certain elements of it really a lot, but I'm also some elements they do spend a lot of time in one place just talking, and I know it's a slow burn, but the series isn't that long. So I'm like, all right. I thought that after the first episode, I was like, perfect. They've set up all the exposition really nicely. Now we can just get on with it. And then the second episode, we spent a lot more time at the TVA doing a lot more talking. And even Steph, who loves her Marvel stuff, she tuned out and she went on her phone. And I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm bored. I'm like, oh, well, maybe something's going to happen. And something kind of happened towards the end. But aside from that, she also said that the Lady Loki, she was like, is that someone in cosplay? And I was like, no, it's the show. It's supposed to be a character. And so it's like, oh, right. Okay. So she picked on the costume design a little bit there, I guess. But I'm hoping episode 3 ramps it up. I'm not at the point where Az is, where he really doesn't like it, but I'm potentially getting a little bit bored for now.
Well, tonight an episode airs.
Yes.
So we'll see where it goes.
Some people did say, I know Jeddah Patrol said that he enjoyed the first episode of Loki more than Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I was like, really? They did a lot of just standing around talking, whereas the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier was that badass aerial fight scene between Falcon and Batroc, and you're saying that was more that was worse than I couldn't. I just let it be. But anyway, third episode. Hopefully, we get to see this Loki with the president badge and his crown. That'll be badass.
I think we probably will, or something along those lines.
Do you think that because I was a bit confused, and I still potentially am. I don't know, because they said at the start we don't want to. They said the whole purpose of TVA is to prevent multiverse, right? We don't want multiverse. We want one singular timeline, one existence, one true. What do they call it? The sacred timeline, right? They specifically said we don't want a multiverse. So, if that is the case, and there is only one singular timeline, one sacred timeline, and they specifically said they don't want a multiverse, then how is there a different version of Loki? Because she would have had to have originated from that very same one sacred timeline.
Well, what I understood, and I think this isn't quite, that there is a multiverse and the multiverse makes up the sacred timeline, but each multiverse is isolated unto itself. And so the sacred timeline is made up of, I think there's many different multiverses as part of that sacred timeline, but you just can't cross over.
I
or you're
see.
not supposed to cross over.
I need to go back and watch that animated little thing that they had at the start where they explained it again, because I was I was like, whoa, they're dumping a lot of info on me here. But as far as what I got out of it was multiverse bad, singular timeline good. And I was like,
well,
oh, okay.
yes, but it's to me, I think that it's the crossover.
They don't want to cross the streams.
Yeah, it's the multiverse crossover that's bad, because there are, there is a multiverse, but you're not supposed to. There shouldn't be any crossover.
I see. Okay, well, I will go back, and I really don't want to sit through that hour-long first episode again, but maybe
I don't think they've actually done a great job of explaining it that well, though.
No, so that's why I think. I mean, Steph asked me the same question, and then I was like, "Hey, actually, now I'm thinking about it, it's a bit weird." So I don't know. I might go, and when the show is fully finished, I might go and watch from start to finish again. I haven't done that with the Marvel shows before. I thought that one viewing was more than enough, because they are like 6 hours if you plug them all together. But for Loki, I might do that. But anyway, we do have another super chat from Lane asking about a figure that I know you are really excited for, as I am. I'm so jealous of your rescue. Thank you. It is a beautiful figure. I got to wait a month for mine. That's not so bad. A month isn't too bad.
Right.
Are you excited for Iron Patriot? Oh,
dude.
Oh, are we excited?
Dude, mine's paid off. My Iron Patriot is paid for, and it's not supposed to come out to what, September now or something?
I don't know. It's on my list. I got given a list of stuff that was coming out next from my usual Hot Toys leaker. And the first one on the list was Rescue, and he called it. It was correct. The second one on the list was Endgame Thor, and the third one was Mysterio. So no news on Iron Patriot, unfortunately. I think I know why this stuff is taking longer than expected. So remember when the Justice League stuff was coming out, and the film was really poorly received, and the figures hadn't come out yet, and they were taking longer and longer and longer. And eventually we got the figures, and it turns out that they were really well engineered. They were putting a lot of effort into the engineering, especially with like Aquaman with that split cut design in the abdomen area, and the shoulder pads that could articulate and move. I think that's what they are doing here, because stuff like with Rescue, how when you tilt the head back and the neck actually splits so she can get her head going up all the way. I think that because there's no rush, there's not another Avengers film coming out in the next year or two. I think they're slowing down, and they're taking their time to engineer stuff a little bit further than potentially they would have gone if it was just a quickly, let's do them bare bones and get them out there. So I think stuff like that Rescue's neck thing, which I've never seen them do before, ever. I've never seen them do that on any Iron Man figures before. I think that shows that they are taking a little bit more time. And if that means we're going to get an even more articulated Iron Patriot, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for that Iron Patriot figure.
I know. He's going to be chunky.
Yes, he is.
I reckon he's going to come in at like 1.5 kilos or something. He is huge.
Huge, dude. Huge. That figure is huge.
I'll have to do the weight test to the Mark 85. I don't even know if my shelf can take it. We'll find out. I just reorganized my Avengers, the top shelf, the Avengers display. Like I said in my collection tour, I want to compress the Infinity War side, so it's 3 rows. I've done that now. So I now have space to put in like Rescue. I managed to fit her in. And hopefully the rest of the Endgame crew when they come out, and I shouldn't have to hopefully reorganize it again, but chances are I will. So I will have to do another collection tour soon. I also redid my Ragnarok little mini sort of collection, and I put the other Thor characters there. So it's now just a Thor shrine. So I've got Heimdall there, and I've got Odin, and I'm going to put Dark World, Thor, and Loki, who I don't have, but I've just ordered. So finally, I'm going to have all the versions of Loki, and I will review them on the channel. I picked it up from a local seller, actually. So they should be coming very soon. A lot of people don't like that Dark World Loki for some reason. I've never seen the hate for it.
Yeah, and I don't have that figure, but I don't mind it, certainly.
Yeah. I've never seen the hate for that Loki. Says, "Hey Justin, can you show us Akira Kaneda's bike?"
Kaneda, yeah.
Butchered me on that pronunciation. If you have it handy. I don't have it handy, unfortunately. A good buddy of mine Daniel, he does the podcast with me. I'd already promised that I would give him the bike way before I even received it. And I told Rob this, and he said I need to order myself another one. Oh, that was one of the hardest things to do, was to give him that bike, because it was beautiful.
Dude,
I was so impressed.
it's one of the greatest 6-scale accessories. I could probably grab mine. It's over
The
there.
lights, the sound effects when you push the pedal, it's full die cast. It's super heavy. The paint on it, I thought it was just going to be bare red plastic, but it's not. It's red plastic with a beautiful thick layer of red glossy paint over it. And then it's got all the accurate decals. I mean, that thing was a work of art. I was dreading reviewing it because I wasn't all that excited to review another vehicle. They take a long time. But I had a blast reviewing that thing. It was awesome.
I just can't believe that it's been, I bought mine, 10 years ago. Yeah. And I never thought that would come out again. And they really, it's one of the great, because I've got my Canada figure sitting in my bike. So it's great.
It's surprising, because it's not like the film is being like we're getting a 4K HDR remaster or something. It's already had its remaster a while ago.
No, we did get a 4K. They did remaster it recently.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, in the last year that it came out. It came out. So
excellent. Well, hopefully we get some more remaster goodness. I would like to see more classic stuff being remastered in 4K, because I mean, if it's animated, you can, surely.
Yeah.
So, and I have seen the news and the photos on set of Michael Keaton. So we have confirmation now he's there.
He's there, and he looks great.
Hopefully we get another Michael Keaton Batman, this time with a nice ratcheted, jointed body, and he can pose.
Yes.
I'm excited.
The Flash, and what about the Shazam, the Marvel family, the Shazam family?
I was dubious about the suits at first, but now I'm not.
Oh, that picture. I want Hot Toys to make all of them.
Me too. And I think this time, if Hot Toys don't, because Shazam was such an unproven property when the film first came out, and then everyone kind of missed the boat, because Hot Toys were going to make one, which scares off all the third-party companies, right? As soon as Hot Toys puts out that picture, they go running. But then they never did, and then the third parties, it was too late. So now, if Hot Toys doesn't, and they're not quick about it, even if they do, then I'm pretty sure a third-party company may do the suits as well. Do you think they'll explain the difference in suits? I'm not a fan of in movies where the suits look drastically different from the first time we see them, and then they don't explain it.
I think his suit looks way better, because it looked overly padded. This new Shazam suit looks great. And I loved I loved the Marvel family when I was a kid. And I still think of him as Captain Marvel. It's hard to not think of him. But I mean, those suits looked incredible. Just that one photograph, just with all of them all standing there and properly lit. It looked great.
I'm sad about the lightning bolts not glowing anymore. That's the one thing that I wish they'd kept from the previous suit, because they are smaller now and they don't glow. And they also toned down the colors of especially some of the other kids. That like the vibrant green of that one suit is now a lot darker. I like the vibrant colors, but I know what they're going for. They don't want it to look like Jupiter's Legacy suits.
Right.
I wasn't a huge fan of the way those looked on screen. They were very, very, very vibrant and vivid. And they kind of came off a little bit cheap. Yeah. So I'm thinking they've toned it down to make it a little bit more, I don't even know how to describe it, but it has a quality that just appeals more than those super vibrant, out there, outlandish suits.
I agree. And they're very, as you would say, toyetic.
Oh, yes. They are extremely toyetic. So please, someone, make the family. Please. Come on now. Get it done.
I want it.
We need it. We need it.
Shall
we begin our quiz, sir?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I'm scared.
Everyone, are y'all ready for the quiz? Let me know in the chat. I want to answer one question before we do that. From G. Tinez23. Any guesses on Toy Fair exclusives this year?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. What do you think?
They could potentially do a Clone Wars Obi-Wan, because we've been waiting for him for ages, and that's the quickest way to get him out. And I could see them very sneakily doing a War Machine colored repaint of Iron Patriot in the dark charcoal blackish gray and the silver. That's a very easy Toy Fair exclusive, and I think people would buy it as well. I know I would. Probably maybe another remake like they did for Whiplash. Maybe Whiplash Mark 2.0, Mark II, whatever they called him, the diecast one. They could maybe do a 2.0 of that. An Ironmonger 2.0 would be awesome. Imagine that.
I can't.
I don't know who. It's a very weird time because it's hard to say. They're doing a lot of old stuff being remade and also reissuing a lot of stuff. So it's hard to say as far as, new stuff, what they could do.
They just have a lot of figures too that haven't come out yet. You know, there's a lot of like Mysterio. I'd love to get that. Do you think that's going to come with the Jake Gyllenhaal head sculpt?
That's the question, because they showed that little blurred image of the head sculpt for 5 seconds and they took it down. Are they hoping people forgot about that? I don't know. I'm hoping that it does, but I'm not one of those people who, if it doesn't come with an unmasked head, then it's like ruined for me. I usually have them, like Rescue in my cabinet is displayed like this. I don't even have the Gwyneth Paltrow face showing anyway, because I want them ready for battle in their full suit.
Yeah.
I think that's when they look the coolest.
Yep.
A couple of people have some good suggestions, actually, in the chat. DJN says Cyborg or Mira, perhaps. I think those are a little bit too out there to be Toy Fair exclusives. If they were going to, they would potentially just straight up go ahead and do it. Lane says Catwoman 2.0. That's a good one. I could see that happening. We've got Batman. We've got Batpod. Catwoman makes total sense to me.
Mando
Luke from Single Songwriter. Yep, I could see that because it's not different enough to be just a straight up release, I think, and they would have done it by now if they were going to. So it's going to be the exact same Luke, just with a different, his little vest thing is slightly different, and his belt buckle is completely silver, and the black cloak. Easy. Toy Fair exclusive. I agree. That could work.
Bespin Han.
Come on now. Bespin Han. I have been waiting. Everyone has been waiting for a Bespin Han for so long. We need a Bespin Han.
I mean, I just don't understand. They released Bespin Leia, but no Bespin Han.
Yep, and that remake of Bespin Luke as well, that has been shown a bunch of times but not done yet. I hope that Bespin Luke happens soon. Apparently people are saying clean armor Boba Fett. I think they're saving that one for Book of Boba Fett, to be honest. What else we got? Diecast Mark 1. I think that's a little bit too special to do as a Toy Fair exclusive, perhaps. They haven't really done a mainline Mark Iron Man suit as a Toy Fair exclusive. Usually it's a weird one, like the holographic or the neon tech or some weird stuff like that. Trash says Armorer. I actually have a custom Armorer figure, which is awesome, but unfortunately it somehow is smoke damaged, so I'm having to clean it somehow. I don't know. I've washed it. It's
smoke.
Anyway,
like it was in a fire, or somebody had it in some.
I don't know if I don't know. I spoke to the guy who made it, and he said that he doesn't know how it happened. Maybe potentially it was sitting in a warehouse for a while, and people were smoking nearby, or there was I don't know what happened. But it's smoky. It is smoky. So I'm trying to unsmoke it so that I can review it because I can't stand the smell of it. Apparently, Bob Dylan says that Queen Studios are doing a 1/6 scale version of Catwoman on her Batpod in a statue format. And
yes.
I'm pretty sure they are. That could potentially work. Cobb Vanth, that could work. I would buy that as a Toy Fair exclusive. This is a good one. Halloween costumes from WandaVision. Yes.
Well, there's third party Vision.
Yes, there is third-party Vision. For some reason, nobody's made Wanda in her Halloween costume, which is quite easy to do. I have seen some amazing customs of it. So I'm hoping that one day Hot Toys decide to do that. White Vision. C-Squared says White Vision. There are some really great options here, to be honest. A couple of different versions of Loki. Yeah, I would love to see all of those. So we will have to wait and see when it happens. Falcon is a great one from Falcon Winter Soldier, because it might not have sold as well as a regular, but as an exclusive, potentially. Shall we begin our quiz? Because I'm excited to see what Bob Dylan has made for us. That last one was awesome.
It was great. I can't wait.
I'm bringing it up now.
I'm scared, though. I'm scared.
Me also. I'm scared that you're going to beat me very easily because you have much more knowledge of Hot Toys' back catalog than I do.
Well, maybe I will see. I don't know.
Here we have the quiz, everyone. So, by the way, this was made by Bob Dylan once again. So a huge thank you goes to Bob Dylan for creating this quiz. Time for a warm-up. Lights, camera, action. We have a chair, it seems. Let us bring up the options. Bruce Lee suit version. B is Rio Saber. Horrible pronunciation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Clark Kent or Marlon Brando.
I'm going to have to go with Bruce Lee.
We're locking in Bruce Lee?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Hey, it is Bruce Lee. Let us see the image. What better way to welcome our special guest than with the only 6-scale director's chair? Yes, Bruce Lee in suit with director's chair.
That's going back.
Oh, yes. Classic. Okay, well, that was the warm-up question, and I already had no idea. So, all right, I will take this next one. Let's see what we got. Oh, my God. Can you test your metal and deduce what this is? Oh, what the hell? Okay, Robocop with mechanical chair, Ellen Ripley with power loader, Batmobile from 1989, or Iron Man Mark IV suit-up gantry. Well, I am going to go... It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Bob Dylan says they get much worse from here. Perfect. He's challenging us today. I'm going to go with A. Do y'all in the chat agree with me? Do you think A? Oh, a couple of people. One person said power loader. One person said Robocop. I'm just gonna lock it in. I'm gonna go with A.
Yeah.
Hey, it's correct. Excellent. We are neck and neck right now.
There you go.
That's right. The diorama so nice we just had to use it twice. Oh yes. Look at him. Look at his chair.
Look at that chair. Come on now.
Is that the ultimate 1/6 scale chair?
It pretty much is. It's pretty amazing.
Bob Dylan says, "Oh yeah, they aren't all chairs, but you can sit on or in all of them." Oh,
see, the one thing about that chair is I hate displaying RoboCop sitting in that chair because that's no fun.
Yeah, I had to get a second RoboCop to have one in the chair and one standing because it's kind of a boring display just to have him sitting. You know, you roll RoboCop doing RoboCop stuff, which is kicking butt. So, yeah. Just because you're sitting doesn't mean you can't have adventure. Rob, this one is all yours, sir.
Oh, wait. How can it be the Blurg if it's not out yet? I look at that and I'm thinking, because that looks to me like a dewback, but that's not one of the choices. I guess I would go with. It's not the Samurai Predator, which I'm looking at right now. The Blurg, I guess, because it looks like a dewback to me, but it's not the dewback.
We're going with Blurg. We're locking in Blurg. People in the chat says, Blurg, I have spoken. Okay. Seems the choice has been made for you, sir. It is the Blurg.
Okay.
Of course. Let us see him. The most anticipated pre-order of 2021? Okay, maybe not, but still pretty neat. Yes, it is the Blurg. Someone who reviewed Rescue recently said that she was the most anticipated figure of 2021. I don't know where he's getting his anticipated figure lists from, but like Rescue is amazing. But I don't think she's the most anticipated.
Yeah, no.
I think maybe Mark 85 Battle Damage is probably the most anticipated, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe. So anyway, I thought that was quite funny. But yes, it is the Blurg. Moving on. Oh, chair. Grab a chair and take a seat. Let's see how civilized collectors handle this challenge. I think that clue has already given me the answer I need. A Agent Coulson. B, Joker from The Dark Knight, DX11, I would imagine. Nick Fury or Bruce Wayne from Batman Returns. Well, sir. Well, it is, in fact, in my opinion, the Joker, because none of these other gentlemen came with a chair.
No.
Yes. So I'm going to go with Joker,
Yeah.
which is, of course, correct. Let's see him and his chair. For many, the one that got away, fingers crossed for a reissue. That is another great option for a Toy Fair exclusive, actually. A 3.0 Joker.
Yep. I would pick that up.
I would be all over that. Not that the DX11 is bad by any means. It's fantastic. But because the new Batman is slightly upscaled, we need a taller Joker to go along with him. Oh, this one I have no idea. A fine chair such as this is reserved for only the classiest of figures.
Can I guess before you even... It's Vito Corleone.
Oh, whoa. This man knows his chairs. Okay.
I could be wrong.
Straight up? No.
Nope. Then it's got to be... I've never seen it. There's no Michael Corleone Hot Toy figure.
Okay.
It's got to be Sweeney Todd, right?
Think he's Sweeney Todd? I think... Bob Dylan, let us know in the chat. Are you taking into account third-party figures as well? I think he might be.
Oh, see, I didn't know that then. Okay.
I'm waiting for his reply in the chat, and then we shall know if he is taking into account third-party figures. A couple of people are saying... A few people have said Crane, Ichabod Crane.
Was there an Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow? Is there an Ichabod Crane Hot Toys figure? I don't know.
I am not sure. That would have been before my time, I think. By the way, DJN with a $3.99 super
Bob
chat
Dylan says only Hot Toys, so okay.
Only Hot Toys. Okay. Well, let me quickly address DJN's comment about the twins from Matrix 3, Black Manta or King Orm, all great Toy Fair exclusives. Totally with you. But Rob, what are you thinking?
Well, on this one, it said Vito Corleone, but it's not.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Are you thinking? A couple of people have said B. Are you comfortable with going with B?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right, let's lock in B. No. Oh my God, we do not know our chairs. Well, I guess it's Sweeney Todd, perhaps.
Well, yeah, because they never made a Michael Corleone Hot Toys figure.
Hey, it is Sweeney Todd. I will give you those points, sir.
I've never seen the Sweeney Todd.
There it is.
All
the
right.
barber's chair. This barber is apt to take a lot more off the top than you bargained for. Yes, that is a magnificent chair, by the way.
It's a magnificent chair. Now I have to get that figure.
Yeah, you need that chair. Oh my God, that's a beautiful looking chair.
That's a beautiful chair.
That is it. That is another chair. Okay. Sit back and relax. Keep it informal and take your best shot. Ada Wong, Lieutenant Aldo Rain, Batman 1966, or Bruce Lee Casual.
Ooh.
And I know it's not 66 Batman because he didn't come with a chair.
No.
And I don't think it's Ada Wong either. So
I'm going
to go with... I don't think Aldo Rain came with a chair either. I'm going to go with Bruce Lee again. I'm going to go with Casual Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock it in. Hey! Let us see. Enter the dragon. Enter the Casual Dragon. This Bruce Lee came with a beach chair that can make any display extra groovy. They were giving a lot of chairs away back in the day.
Well, that was back in the Icon days with my James Dean figure and the Marlon Brando Wild One figure.
Wow. That's a great looking head sculpt for an older figure, I have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, this seat will take you where you're going quicker than you can say, I'm Batman. Well, it's Batman themed, it seems. All right, sir. Do you know your vehicle seats?
It's not. God, ooh. It's not the Bat Pod.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bat is 12th scale. So
it's up there. I'm trying to see its chairs, but I can't see, so I can't cheat.
I don't know the 89 Batmobile. That's but I don't. I don't. That's the first thing. But I don't think that's right. But that's what. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna lock it in. 89.
I want to say. I don't know, man. You know what? To be honest, I haven't opened up. I've had the bat. It's still in the box. I've never actually taken it out.
I don't think it's the bat. I can't see the chairs from this angle, and I can't see the chair in the tumbler either to confirm. I don't know. This one's challenging. This one's quite challenging. A couple of people are saying tumbler, but then again, some people have said the bat as well. So I don't know.
I don't know. You know, is it the tumbler? It looks too high to be the tumbler seat.
I don't know. I can't. I wish I could just go and open it up and check, but that's cheating. I won't do that.
You know what?
Yeah,
it's a tumbler.
Tumbler.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll lock in tumbler. It's correct. It is the tumbler.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a billionaire to own this bad boy. Thanks to the reissue gods. Yes.
Yes. Thank God.
Yes. Thank you, figure gods. You have smiled upon us once again, aka Howard Chan, the CEO of Hot Toys. What could be more metal than 6-scale skulls?
I know what this is.
R&B.
I know what this is.
Be sure to check out Midnight Metal.
I know what this is.
I have seen your show, Midnight Metal.
Because I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. But I know it's not Ghost Rider. Either of the Ghost Riders, because they don't have chairs. I assume this is the top of a chair.
It is the top of a chair. And it's the
best. I don't think it's the...
It is the single best 6-scale Hot Toys chair. There is no better chair. Not even the throne. Not even the throne of Wakanda is better than this chair. This is the best Hot Toys chair. It is Captain Harlock.
Okay, right off the bat, you are correct, sir. Let us see the image of the chair. The throne of Arcadia is still pretty bitchin'
chair,
even today.
Dude.
Whew, that is a chair.
How great is that? That, by the way, this is one of my favorite Hot Toys figures.
That's awesome. That looks fantastic.
It's fantastic, and you could buy him with or without the chair. But
yep, I see it. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's my favorite Hot Toys chair. It's funny because I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it right over there.
Maybe it's one that I need to investigate. Let's try this one more time. Now, this is a chair meant for a boss.
I'd say this one's,
This one, I think, surely is Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
Surely. All right, I'm locking it in.
Yeah.
Correct. Let us see said chair. No need to chase this grail. Damn Toys has an offer you can't refuse.
This is my favorite Hot Toys figure I own, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because I never thought that they would. I mean, this figure is close to 10 years old now. I never thought they would do it. And The Godfather's my favorite movie. So
yeah, it's one that they wouldn't do these days, guaranteed.
Yeah, no way.
But back in the day, they were a little bit more. They were up and coming. They were trying to make their name in the 1/6 scale game. So yeah, it's one that I would imagine is quite hard to find.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Very
but apparently
expensive.
Damn Toys is doing another one according to the quiz. So I will have to check that out. Strap in and get ready because you made it to the last challenge. Well. Is this A, the DeLorean, B, the Jedi Starfighter, C, the Millennium Falcon, or D, the Snowspeeder?
Wow, this is a tough one.
Yes.
Can I see the picture again?
Oh yes, I will bring it up.
Okay.
I think I know, but I'll let you go first.
I would have to say the Falcon, but no, it I don't think it's the DeLorean, and I don't think it's the Snowspeeder. Well, maybe it is the DeLorean. I don't know.
I think I know. I think I know.
I I I think I'm gonna just say the Falcon.
Falcon? We locking it in?
The back seats.
All right, we're gonna lock in Falcon. No. No. All right, let me take a stab at it. I'm pretty sure that this chair, this retro chair, is from the DeLorean.
Oh, there you go.
Sure. I don't own it, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Hey! Let us see.
Oh, wow.
Sadly, this quiz is out of time.
Oh, that's right. Okay, there you go.
Tune in for more challenges, and don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Bob Dylan, once again for your amazing quiz. Rob, this time, you beat me last time. This time I've beaten you by 25 points. So,
but it was good. We were good. That was a good. Good quiz.
I love these quizzes. They're
great.
Fun. Bob Dylan says another close game. Yes, sir. It was a very close game. I love that. That was awesome. So a huge thank you to you for creating another amazing quiz. I can't imagine they take little time to make. I can imagine they are quite labor intensive to create. So a huge thank you to you once again. I know I've said it like 5 times, but it's worth saying 5 times.
So good.
Oh, yes. I loved it. Does anyone have any questions on Rescue, by the way, while she is here? Rob, do you have any questions that I can answer? Any burning questions on Rescue?
Yeah, the pieces that she has that like come behind her.
Yes.
Does it attach? Are they pretty sturdy, or are they a little rickety? Like when you
horrible.
Okay.
They are horrible. They fell off on me. If you watch the review in the after credit scene, you can see that.
Well, that's what I wanted. That's what I want to know. Can you set them up so they're not as horrible?
As long as you're not touching it, then
great.
then they're fine. But they feel super rickety. They feel like they're going to break. How do the lights work? Elliot asks. Well, you put 1 million batteries in, and then you can switch on the lights. Can you show us where all the battery compartments are? I mean, I can, I guess. One is behind here. You need to open up all of these flaps, right? And then it's behind here. You need to take off this panel. Oh, Jesus. There's one battery compartment there that controls the upper torso. So that's one of them. What a weird question. Close all that up. I didn't put the batteries in the forearms, and I don't know where the compartments are because I didn't want to light up the repulsors because you can't really see them when she's standing there anyway. The most nerve-wracking battery compartment, in my opinion, is the thigh, because you have to peel off this entire thigh plate, and it's sort of just clipped in there. But there's another battery compartment on each thigh. So, yes, there you go. The battery compartments. The light-up features are not something that I ever really use on these, to be honest with you. Number one, there's about 1,000,001 battery compartments and switches. So all of that process that I just showed you to get to the battery compartments, the switches are also under those doors. So you have to continuously take off those panels to turn the switches on. So I would have much rather them do it like that company that made the 1/12 scale one, where you plug it in the back and it charges up, and then you hit one button and the whole thing lights up. Hopefully one day, Hot Toys figures out some electronic technologies to make that happen.
Yeah.
The light-up features, in my opinion, are the weakest part of these die-cast.
I wish that they'd figured out a way. I know it's hard, but to just put one battery in. That lasted more than 2 seconds. One
big AAA or AA lithium battery in the back. Done. I would like for them to do that. But it seems like their priority is not getting things to be as easy as possible, but to challenge you. It's a challenge.
You can't really even display them because those batteries burn out so quickly.
They die in like 5 seconds. Yeah, literally. They burn out in like 5 seconds. Someone asks if the color is more blue or purple. It's a really interesting color. You'll see it changes and shifts with the light.
Yeah.
So I really don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a blueberry / violet kind of. It's a very interesting color, but I love it. It's unique. The gold is kind of muted to go along with the bluish purple. It's stunning. Linda says it looks blue to me. It does present blue on camera, but in certain lights, it has that purplish sort of sheen to it. In real life, it's looking more purpley than it is blue. But then again, when the light changed a little bit, it looks more purple.
Yeah.
Donnie says it looks like a Power Ranger. I mean, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I don't. I don't see the Power Rangers. I mean, maybe. Does it look like a Power Ranger to you, Rob?
No, I just can't wait to display the both armor side by side firing. That's what I dream of.
Doing the blast with the blast effect.
Yeah.
That big old blast effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Trash says they need to paint the eyes like with the Transformers, and you can still have them light up. Yes, you are right. Have the plastic be still translucent, but slightly more opaque at the same time.
Yes.
So then it looks lit up when it's off. Because right now, the suit looks kind of dead. It looks lifeless. Whereas, if you all will remember, with the quarter scale Mark 43, they had the arc reactor that you can remove and swap it out with a frosted white one. So it looked like it was lit up. Why did they stop doing that? I don't know.
It's odd. A bummer.
I would love for them to paint the arc reactor and the eyes a little bit more white or blue, or have another head sculpt that has the eye. I don't know. But aside from that, yeah, it's fantastic. I think y'all are going to love it. Hopefully yours isn't too far away, Rob. I know you're still waiting for Cap.
I mean, it is frustrating. I think the things that come next are the Mark 85. That's finally that, and the deluxe Mando, which the deluxe Mando. These are just things that are here that have to pay off. So those and Wasp. A lot of people slept on Wasp. I see that figure selling out. That's
absolutely. Same thing with this. I think people aren't going to buy it. Yep. For some reason, collectors have this interesting, and I don't think it's conscious. I think it's subconscious. Like, any female character review will do substantially worse than any male character review. And I don't think it's a conscious thing, but it's still something that I've noticed. So it tends, especially like Hela, for instance. Nobody buys it. It sells out. Then it's a huge spike on the aftermarket.
Yeah.
It seems to be the case with most of the female figures. I think Rescue is going to be one of them. And I think Wasp could potentially be one of them as well.
I think the Wasp figure is great. I love that figure.
It's from multiple films as well. I have mine in the Endgame display. You can put her in Endgame. You can put her in Ant-Man and the Wasp. And when Quantumania comes out, I assume the suit will look similar.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to have her in the third film as well. So I think people should hopefully just pick them up now versus trying to find them later.
Yeah, I mean, it's I never thought that at this point in my life I would have action figure anxiety, whether I'm going to get these figures or not. But now it's like, I better get my Endgame Cap. I mean, they haven't charged me the shipping. But did they make more of them? Did they ship them in 2 different orders? Like, where is it?
I think they've made multiple batches, I think, because there was a huge volume of Cap orders, I would imagine, especially from the States, because, you all love your Cap, because Captain America. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a huge number of figures ordered. So I would think that they are doing them in batches. But you said you were fairly early ordering yours, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was. And I'm like, come on, man. Where is it? Where is my figure? Where did it go? Where
is Rob's Cap?
I don't know.
Mike says that he's seen my rescue review. Do I plan on using the flimsy drone piece with the clear attachment on the back? No, that thing is in the box, and I have her standing like this. I've just reorganized the Avengers display. I have her standing like this, and I have Nebula on one side, Gamora on the other side, and then Black Widow next, and then Wasp. So it's kind of like an A-Force type of deal in my Endgame display, with Rescue being the centerpiece. So I need to, I think, get a second device at some point so I can like go into the collection room and show you all while we're live streaming what the what the collection looks like. Maybe I'll do that for the next couple of live streams. I'll work on getting that sorted out, and then we can answer questions while I'm looking at the collection. Let me know if you all would like to see that. Let me know.
I would.
Oh, well, maybe I do need to make that happen. Trash says, Rob, do you have the Caroline Munro Vampirella concept figure from the unmade 70s Hammer film in the back, or is it a different version?
That is the Caroline Munro concept figure.
Hey.
That is. So for people who don't know, Caroline Munro is an actress. She was in like The Spy Who Loved Me. She was in a Sinbad movie. She was in Maniac with Joe Spinell. And in the mid-70s, they were going to make a Vampirella figure. Vampirella figure. They're going to make a Vampirella movie that she starred in as Vampirella, but it never got made. So Executive Replicas, who made a Star Crash figure of, actually they call it, it's funny that you mentioned that, because here is the Caroline Munro figure that they did. So Executive Replicas did this figure. I can't get it because it's behind me, but you can't see it. It's just off camera. So they actually made a figure of Caroline Munro. It just says Caroline Munro, but it's Caroline Munro as she appeared in the Star Wars ripoff Star Crash, which I love. And she actually came with 2 different outfits. So, and it's pretty great. So this same, I mean, how do you not love this figure?
And it's licensed, they've licensed her likeness specifically, which is a very clever way of doing it. Yes,
and then they went and made the Star Crash figure, which is amazing. And then they actually went and did this official Vampirella figure, which I love this figure. I think it's a Fison body, and it's a great, great, great figure. And you know what's great? The cape is exquisite. It drapes really well, so it's got the black outside and the red underside, and I have it kind of folded up so you can see it draping over her, and it comes with obviously a raven or something, a crow, and it's a really nice figure. I love it.
Nice. It's one that I probably couldn't get away with owning in the collection because Steph would think I was some creepy perv guy.
I'm a creepy pervy old man. So, but also, I mean, I grew up reading Vampirella comics. Yes. So it was really, to me, it was really cool to get that. So I had to.
Definitely. I know Dean Knight as well loves Vampirella. He has a couple of different versions of Vampirella. Word Nerd 711 with a $20 super chat. That is so generous. Thank you so much, sir. Rescue is 100% my most anticipated figure of 2021. Full disclosure, I am female and I collect all the ladies, but I've never had one this cool. So excited, but have a while to wait for delivery from Sideshow. That is awesome. I'm so glad you're going to finally be getting a badass figure like Rescue. She is awesome. I might actually get my iPad and then we can go into the collection room for 5-10 minutes and see what the new display setup looks like. If you all want to see that, you want me to do that? I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go grab my iPad and I'll be in the collection room the next time you hear from me. So I'll bring up Rob. Rob, you're taking the stream for a moment, sir.
Well, I will. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. I'm just huge. It's good to see all of you taking the stream over. These are always fun. It's great to stream with Justin. I was a huge Justin fan, fanboy, you could say. And of course, Justin's been streaming with Az and I every week. Tomorrow we are doing on my channel, Fully Articulated. So if you don't subscribe to the Burnettwork, please do. The Burnettwork, BURNETTWORK on YouTube, and then Az from Heel versus Babyface. We do figures, and we do figures. We don't do figures. We collect figures. But no, I think, I don't know if you have watched Justin's latest collection video. It is spectacular. It's also, I don't know if anybody has more Hot Toys or quarter scale figures in the world. I mean, somebody probably does, like military figures or something like that. But man, to look at Justin's collection is to just look in awe, because it is one great collection of figures. I can't wait. Every time I go see it or look at, I always see something new, and he's obviously getting figures all the time. Trash says, Rob, did you see the official Patrick Bateman figure from Iconic Studios? Yes, that would be the American Psycho figure, and I pre-ordered that. Yes, I did. So yeah, that's very exciting. Derek Never Broke Again says, "Hey Rob, do you like Batman?" I do. I do like Batman. As a matter of fact, I took my Batman armory. I have the Batman armory that came with Alfred, Christian Bale, Bruce Wayne, and it comes with a bat suit in it. So I was just setting that up today. But my favorite Batman hot toy, you know what? I probably have to say the Jack Nicholson Joker from Dark Knight. Jack Nicholson Joker from Batman '89, because it's such a great figure. But I also love the first DX Heath Ledger figure, which are great. I love those. I think those are amazing. Wow, look at that display. Gosh, that looks good.
I am back, everyone, and we are in the collection room. This is new. I've never done this before.
Wow. So good. And that's your Infinity War.
The Infinity War.
Oh, no, that's Endgame.
It's condensed, so you can still see everyone from this angle. Everyone can be seen. Excuse the glare from the glass. But I've reorganized it now so there's symmetry. So I've got Mark 50 here, and then 85. And then War Machine, Spider-Man. So it's kind of like, it's matching. It's matching, yes, if you will. And I may as well open the door so kill the horrible glare. There we are. I've done Ronan and Hawkeye back to back. So there's obviously, the juxtaposition between the two different looks for him. And I have put Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Cap all together. All three of them are now together. And then all the ladies of the MCU are together as well. So, yeah. And then obviously there's more space here. There's a lot more space in there that I can work with when the rest of the team comes out.
Fantastic.
As you can see there. What else have I changed? Oh, yes, the new Thor display. So I've moved there's Heimdall, the new Heimdall from Toy Zero. He's back there. And I've got Odin on the other side behind Hulk. And then the Dark World version of Thor will go here with the other Thors. And then Dark World Loki, currently that riser is being taken up by Hulk's ginormous axe and hammer. So those will be removed, and I will be putting the Loki there instead. But it kind of looks something like that when you are sitting or standing in the room, if you will.
Boy, I slept on those Ragnarok figures. What a mistake that was.
I know. You need to get them. Somehow, some way, they need to be.
I will. I have to,
yeah. I need to put him up there somehow. The first Thor figure from Thor 1.
Which I still like that figure.
Yeah, he's the only Thor figure with that classic silver helmet. I mean, Gladiator Thor has a helmet, but it's not quite the same. Not quite. Nope. So, I do need to figure out a way to put that Thor somehow in there. There's some more space, as you can see, on this side. There's some empty space. Sorry for the shaky cam. I'm trying to hold my iPad. So I will have to work on that. I've also recently added the civilian version of Eric Killmonger to the Black Panther section.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a really nice custom, very simple, but very effective.
That Black Panther figure is dope, too.
Sitting on the throne there, made by Hot Toys. That's an official Hot Toys chair. They released just a chair by itself.
I love mine. See, I've always got... I always have my Shuri sitting in my throne of Wakanda, just chilling. She's just kicking it.
Badass. It's a badass display right there.
Yeah, I just I love her with her. It's great.
I did move Shuri up. So initially she was just with the Black Panther crew. When more Endgame stuff comes out, she might go back down there, depending on if I have space or not. But for now, she is up there. Anything else you'll want to see? Let me know down in the chat, because there's a fair amount of stuff in here that we can look at if you want to. Otherwise, we can go back to me sitting in the studio. What else do I have to show you?
So good stuff. I love that Spider-Man display.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be one of my favorites. Because you can see everyone, It's a bunch of classic comic book suits, and that's the So-So Toys Spider-Man Noir right there.
Yep.
Which I don't think a lot of people got, but get it. He's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to because I'm gonna put all the stuff Spider-Man together finally, surrounding my
Nice.
quarter scale whenever I get that.
Oh yes, the quarter scale Spidey. We'll go back there in a second. Quarter scale Spidey is there.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
He is huge. He's a big boy.
But a good boy.
Oh yes. And I put him in the middle so that if we take a step back, when you look at all the quarter scales together, he is in the center and he's raised up slightly higher than everybody else.
Yeah.
Where's the new Constantine? The new Constantine is in storage. A lot of people always ask me, where's X random figure? Where's what was another one? Where's GI? Where's Snake Eyes? I don't really have a GI Joe collection, so I can't really put them anywhere. So they are currently in storage. I don't usually sell stuff unless I really don't like it. So if you don't see something here, it's either in the studio where we just were, or it's in storage. I don't really usually sell stuff. I do need to find you're now seeing behind the scenes there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. I do need to find a space for Lando to go in the Return of the Jedi shelf at some point.
Do you have Jabba?
No, I do not. I do not have a Jabba.
You need to get that set. It's awesome.
He needs to somehow I need to put Lando. Maybe Lando can go there in that gap right there. Perhaps. Because that's the Return of the Jedi display. I love Far From Home Spidey. Yes, me too. Do you need to clean your figures every day? Says Nicholas Lim. No, I have never once dusted anything because these cabinets are pretty much, they're not 100% airtight, but I don't spend a lot of time in here. And dust is mostly like dead skin, which is disgusting, but it's true. So if you're spending a lot of time in the room with your stuff, then maybe you'll have to dust it more. But I have not had to dust anything ever. I just dust the top of the cabinets because they're in the open air, and everything else inside, like you can see on this shelf right here, it's pretty much dust-free. Display base.
Yeah, that's nice.
No dust. So
Maji cases are pretty dust-free as well.
So yeah, no issues on. I get asked that a lot, but no real issues with the dusting. Are those clones at the bottom? They are clones. You must be new to the channel, but I have an entire Clone Wars shelf. So here is the Clone Wars display, and I have put my custom Obi-Wan in the display now.
I love that figure that you did. It's great.
And there is the official. Yeah, I love him. He is awesome. I just wish other people could have the chance to get one as well, because, I mean, you kind of need him when Anakin comes out.
Yep.
And then there's the Grievous. So the Grievous is now up for pre-order again, the new-ish version. So that's kind of what he's going to look like in his forearm pose, if you are doing that. And then the Sideshow Django, Hot Toys Django Fett. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot that was even happening.
Where is that figure?
Who made Mace Windu? That is made by a company called Toys Works. He's called Saber Master. So check him out on eBay. He goes for a relatively inexpensive price. So if you are looking for a Mace Windu, there is one, because Hot Toys have not made one. Where are the ZD Toys Iron Man figures? They are in their boxes, because this is a 1/6 scale collection, and 1/12 scale stuff is small. So it would look weird if I would just have some little Iron Man coming up to Wonder Woman's skirt there. It would be weird. Any other questions while I am in here, folks? Rob, do you have any display?
No,
questions?
I'm just green with envy. As I'm looking at all this, I'm just green with envy.
No need. That rescue, it pops in that cabinet. Like just looking at that shelf, my eye is immediately drawn to rescue. That purpley blue, beautiful.
Oh, so good.
Beautiful. And there is the quarter scale Mark 42 that has just gone up for pre-order, the reissue.
Yeah, that thing is so great. I love those quarter scale Iron Man figures.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
Someone, Toys Box, is making a quarter scale Hall of Armor, by the way. So if you all want a box,
wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Obi-Wan is here. Someone was asking about Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is here. That's the Mythos, Sideshow Mythos Obi-Wan. Bob Dylan says, where are the vehicles? The 89 Batmobile is in storage, at my storage unit. The Tumbler is in the studio, and the Bat is in the studio as well. And so is the Jazzy Batmobile that's in my storage unit. When are you switching to Modu Case? Whenever they arrive is when...
Boy, you're going to have a fun time building those, let me tell you.
I've heard they are quite challenging. The Arkham Figures, someone asked, who asked for the Arkham Figures? Derek asked for the Arkham Figures. Here is the Arkham Figures. So as you can see, there's a lot of Batmen, and specifically 3 different versions of the Arkham Knight suit, Futura, Prestige, and Regular. Then Arkham City Batman, Deathstroke, and then Batman Beyond, Joker, and Arkham Knight. So that is the Arkham Display. All of this stuff, see, this is what we were talking about earlier, right? That vertical space, it's just a little bit higher than their head. So I can't really raise anyone up in the back. Whereas down here, as you can see everyone much clearer, because in the back I can have them higher and I can have 3 rows.
Yeah.
So Modu cases are kind of going to be like this height. A lot taller. I can fit, actually, they're probably even going to be even taller than that. Maybe something like this. So I'll be able to have much more.
How much space do you have between the top of your display case and the ceiling? Where you got your quarter scale figures. Okay, you got a lot.
Yeah, even Spidey, there's even space above him, and he's got a huge display base.
But now, are your Modu cases going to go all the way to the top up there?
Yes, they are. So I will have an entire another row all the way up to the ceiling, and then there's spaces in the corners for the quarter scale figures to go in.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. So there's going to be hopefully a lot more space, because some of this, like, it's not super cramped. Some areas are more cramped than others. But like, as you can see, Spidey's all nicely spread out. You can see everyone. But then when you get to the Snyderverse shelf, that is quite busy.
Yeah.
Cool. So thank you. I am going to have a little bit more space. And then the Power Rangers I'm really proud of, but these are going to get replaced with the 3-0 ones when they come out. But there they are. And then the 3-0 Transformers are beautiful pieces as well. I do need to rotate Bumblebee, I think. He's looking a bit weird. He's kind of on the side like that. There we go. But yes, I will be heading back to the studio now, unless anyone wants to see anything before I leave. Surprised they didn't do a prototype Boba. They did. Sideshow did one. He's a white version, all white. And I have him in studio behind me when I'm filming. Aussie Drop there. I love that name. $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Hey, great show as usual. Just curious as to what you do with all the boxes. Keep, toss, or other. They go in my storage unit. I have a storage unit specifically for boxes. So I guess other.
Yeah.
Yes. And then lastly, we'll look at this mini cabinet before we leave. There is the child, the Hot Toys child. No, mine does not have the neck splitting issue. Not sure if you can see, but his neck is not split because, as per the instructions, if you leave his mouth open, the neck will not split. So please read the instructions on the Grogu when you eventually get him. And there is the last samurai figure that we both have, Rob.
Yeah.
Tucked in behind there. And, of course, both versions of Freddy. The lady from Breakfast at Tiffany's, I forget her name, Holly something or other, is currently missing because I stole her Fison body to upgrade my Catwoman. And
Holly Go Lightly is her name.
Yes, that is right. I keep forgetting. And then the Assassin's Creed display has kind of been butchered because I stole that Ezio figure and I did the review on the new one and I needed the other one to compare. There's 2 indies. Yes, there are 2 indies. So that's from the first and the second film. When the Present Toys one comes out, I'll be putting a black tie on him and having an indie from The Last Crusade as well. So
nice.
The third film will be represented, all 3. Why are you switching cases when these are so beautiful? They are, but they are also super heavy because they are entirely made of glass. They're not very modular, and there is a lot of wasted space up above, as you can see. Like there you can see it specifically above quarter scale Vader's head. Look how much space there is. There's a lot. So Yeah. Wasted space is not ideal.
God, those are gorgeous, though. What a display. What a display.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I will head back to the studio now. Rob, you have the stream once again.
Bob Dylan says, "Where will Pennywise go?" Ha 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 ha. Even I know that Justin doesn't like horror. Why you wouldn't get that Pennywise figure, I don't know. Let's all, I think everybody, as a joke, everybody put in the chat a bunch of questions about horror figures just to see how Justin will react. So when he gets back and takes over the stream, he's going to be looking all at your questions about, why aren't you collecting Texas Chainsaw? Why aren't you collecting Jason? Where's Michael? Where's Freddy? You know, Jeff, I'm kidding. Jeff Hill, I'm kidding. I don't think you should tease Justin because he doesn't like horror. You know, you talk about a recliner in the middle of the collection. I was looking for it. I actually have a 6th scale recliner that came with. Well, it's not a recliner. It's a love seat. Hello, sir. So you know, I'm really disappointed in one aspect of your collection.
I could hear you.
Oh, you could hear me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
Pennywise. No. I've been asked recently because apparently he might be coming out soon. I don't know. Yes, still a no. I'm sorry. Oh, and the worst part is it wouldn't even be an easy review to film from a technical perspective because he's mostly white. So It would be, I wouldn't want to do it because I don't like horror, but then it would be also difficult technically. So it would be just like an overall nightmare, which is fitting because it's a horror thing. But no. Damn it. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. You can unsubscribe now if you don't want to. If you want me to do Pennywise, because it ain't gonna happen. Then again, what if I do it, but I won't. What if I do?
They'll send you one. Come on, get somebody to send you one, and
I was offered one.
Pay for it.
I was offered one for free, and I still declined.
Give it to your friends in the States, like me.
I don't want to review it. I don't want to touch it. I don't. It freaks me out. It freaks me out. How do you reply to every comment someone says? Well, I was going to say something really rude, but I won't. I open up my web browser, and I reply. Yes, that is how I do it. So that is how I do it. Dominic says Pennywise is a hell no. Yeah, it's a hell no indeed. Yeah. Rob, have you seen the new Mezco Fantastic Four?
No.
Oh, well, Mezco.
Are they doing the 1/12? Yeah. Yes, I have seen that. It's cool.
I don't know. There's something about Mezco. They have this like kind of stumpy, frumpy looking body that they always use. And they don't look in proportion.
I and the tailoring of the clothes sometimes bothers me. Like I have a few Mezco figures. Like I buy the weird, like I bought the Warriors figures because I love the Warriors. I bought Moon Knight. Yes. I was going to see if I could get all the X-Men, but now I'm like, nope. Yep. You know what? My Cyclops just came off waitlist. They said you can have your, and because of you, I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah. Those 6 scale comic style Avengers X-Men figures are primo. I love them.
Yeah, I do too. I love the X-Men, and I wasn't going to get them until I started watching your review.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's why Elizabeth used to like you, and now she's like, "You're not watching any more of his reviews, are you?" And I'm like, "Well, no. Well, honey, yes, I am."
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, they're great. So, and then So Toys and Sideshow are making Gambit. Which Gambit are you going to go for?
Well, yeah, that So Toys Gambit looks really good.
I know. I'm good. That's the one I'm going for. The So one.
I mean, it looks really good. But then again, if you're getting the Sideshow, I mean, it's interesting because I really want the Astonishing X-Men Sideshow Cyclops. I mean, I love the Jim Lee version, but
the exclusive one.
Yeah, that one's it's great. But you know, I've got. I think that I'm going to have to get all of those X-Men figures because I love the X-Men.
And luckily, right now, there's only 3. There's Wolverine, Cyclops, and Magneto. So at the start of a line, it's always easiest to get in. So you just have to pick up those 3, and then Gambit is still on pre-order, so that's not too difficult to get either. And then the good thing is with So doing comic book stuff now, if Sideshow slows down like they seem to have done, then So Toys can pick up the slack. I mean, we're getting the classic Green Goblin, which I'm so excited for that.
It's so cool.
So it's a great time to get into those comic lines because they've only just started, which is ridiculous because it's 2021 and they've been around since the 90s or later.
Yeah.
So finally, we're getting some comic book love. Aussie Drop Bear again with another $10 super chat says he was cleaning the storage unit and came across the Sideshow 1/6 scale Indie City of Tanis map room. That's a diorama piece. Forgot how big that thing is. Yet to take it out of the box though. Need room. Yeah, it's like
that's a really cool piece. You know, for a while there, Sideshow was doing some really cool things like Yoda's house.
Yes,
you know, and a lot of those. I never, I always wanted to get that stuff. It's funny. I used to buy all of the Sideshow Hot Toys, the Sideshow Star Wars toys, and I have a lot of them I forgot that I even bought. You know, I'm like, oh, like Asajj Ventress. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like I like, and so I'm gonna put those. I'm gonna do a Star Wars display. I'm gonna mix and match Sideshow because I've got like the Sideshow Yoda from the Jedi Council, and then I've got the Hot Toys
with the chair.
Yes, with the chair.
Thank you.
Because I had to have that. You know, it's. But I don't like that Yoda. I've never liked the design. It was weird.
No, it's not very good, is it?
No, I didn't like the design in the movie either. But the toy, But
you can always put the Hot Toys Episode 2 Yoda on there if you want to.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. And I'm a fan. But I want to display him fighting Dooku.
Oh yes. Well, that means there's only one thing for it: 2 Yodas. I know, and I've got multiple. It's funny because I'm going to go in and bust out all these figures, and now when the rest of the module cases come, I can't wait to just have some more organization. I did see what some people took. You know, the Empire Strikes Back Yoda.
Yep.
The Hot Toys one. Some people took the secondary head sculpt because he comes with one with his eyes closed when he's forcing the X-Wing up, and one with the eyes open. Some people put the eyes open one on the Sideshow figure and then put the eyes closed on the Hot Toys one, and he was doing the Force pose.
Oh, that's interesting.
You could technically just upgrade if you have do you have the Episode 5 one?
Yes.
Hey, well, there you go. Maybe you can upgrade your Sideshow one.
Yes.
And then pop that in the chair.
Not a bad idea.
Not bad at all. Last Masanori is following up on a question from our previous stream when I was talking about the Master Grade line.
You mean the Gundam Master Grades?
Correct. The Gundam Master Grade line. I have not yet.
You've got to stick with the perfect grade. Come on.
I am heeding Rob's advice, and I am sticking with perfect grade for now until I get bored and I decide I need something else.
I'm just telling you that you go down that master grade rabbit hole, it is an endless time suck.
It is.
There is
not just like you buy it and then that's it. You've got to build it.
Yeah. There's another YouTuber that I watch her channel and I feel like a dirty old man when I watch her
I know
channel.
the one you're talking about.
Gundam Melly. And I mean I love her enthusiasm, and it's interesting because I always like it when she buys stuff from Japan and she's got like that giant Gundam, but I feel like I should not be watching this channel for obvious reasons.
It's the thumbnails that are the most dangerous, it would seem.
I mean, one day they're gonna look at my YouTube browsing history and they're gonna be like, I'm like, no, really, I like Gundam kits, and I watch a lot of there's do you know a channel on YouTube called the guy's name is Genic? J-E. Okay.
I'll check it out.
He's a Rembrandt with an airbrush. And his Gundam kits are next level.
Okay.
And then there's another girl and her boyfriend. I want to say I always forget her name. It's like Snowball or Snow Bunny or she does a great job too. She's got a great Gundam channel where they shop for Gundams, but she's another expert Gundam modeler.
Okay.
I really like
to do more research on the Gundam channels, I think.
Yeah, but Genic, I'll just watch, like he does a lot of, doesn't just do Gundams, like he'll do large scale car models, but his airbrush skills are just astonishing. And but I just watch his channels just to watch him paint. Sometimes I'll put on a playlist. But his Gundam work is next level. It's just incredible.
I will 100% need to check them out. I've only subscribed to a couple of Gundam channels so far, but I'm always in the hunt for more, obviously, because I love when they take the basic plastic models and they do all the airbrushing and they do all the panel lining, and it looks either like it does in real life or it would do in real life, or I've seen some people do like perfect anime versions, which is where I like. That's what I fall in love with, is the anime stuff. So I am very, very, very tempted to get the 2.0 master grade, which is, as far as I'm aware, one of the most anime accurate ones you can get. But so far, I have not. No.
Yeah, look at Genic's channel. I think it's Jenic. Genic.
Okay.
It's unreal. But he doesn't speak English, so I never,
putting me down another rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's another rabbit. But his just, if you like to paint, you work with an airbrush. There's so many techniques that you'll learn from him.
Excellent. I do need some new airbrushing techniques, because the number one thing about airbrushes that really bothers me is cleaning the damn thing. It is so annoying. Anyway, painting with the airbrush is fun, but cleaning it is not fun. And
not
changing
fun.
the colors,
pain in the ass. Pain in the ass.
But everyone, we are coming up to about 2 hours, and
yes, sir.
I am intending to appear on the next show. Is it fully articulated tomorrow or Hot Toys?
It's fully articulated tomorrow. It's my channel tomorrow.
If you are willing to have me on, I would love to appear at the 5 a.m. time slot.
But of course, we demand it. We demand it, sir.
Well, I shall be there. I'll get an early night tonight after watching Loki. And we'll be discussing more awesome stuff, I would imagine.
Yeah, we'll go over what we've gone over on this show again, but in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
In a different way.
It's the multiverse version, same timeline.
Yes.
Slightly different.
Yes. But it's always fun. And thanks for showing us your collection.
Yeah, no problem. That was fun as well. I might use a gimbal next time, because that was a bit shaky. But next time we're doing I'll properly plan it, and we'll go into the collection room, and we'll answer some questions. Dominic says it's Hot Toys. I'm pretty sure Rob would know.
Oh, no, you know what? I let me check. He might be right.
Oh, no, people are saying it's Hot Toys. Okay. Well, I will message Az then and see if he will have me on.
I'm sure he will. Have you on. Yeah,
Excellent.
Because you know what it is, now that I remember it, because last week I had an epic tip, because it is Hot Toys tomorrow. It is Az's channel. Now that I think about it, I've been so busy. My movie that the producer, the film I produced, was picked up for distribution. So
nice.
and since I have to deliver all of the elements, I've been completely frazzled and bamboozled. But I don't know if you saw this, but Playmobil. Do you know Playmobil?
Yes, I saw. I watched the stream, of course.
Did you see that?
I saw it.
Martino, I pre-ordered it. Like, click that thing. I didn't realize it, but it's like 41 inches. It's huge.
Yeah, it'll be big.
Huge. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I have many enterprises here.
Suspend it from the ceiling.
Well, there's model rockets suspended from the ceiling here. Wait, I'm gonna finally have this place where I can actually show it.
You need to do like what I did when it's all set up and show us the setup.
Yeah, totally. I'm going to do that.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, sir, I will hopefully see you tomorrow on Hot Toys.
On Hot Toys.
Send me the link. I fully intend to be there, so that will be hopefully happening. But I have to say a huge thank you once again to you, sir, for coming on and checking out the channel. You can find Rob at the Burnettwork on YouTube. So search up his channel. We'll also put a link in the chat if Bob Dylan hasn't already sorted that out.
And thank you, Bob, for those amazing. I love these. The quizzes are awesome.
They are badass. I cannot wait to do the next quiz. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm super excited. Bob Dylan's going on holiday, but he has pre-prepared the quizzes for the next couple of streams.
I love it.
So it's all sorted. We'll have some awesome quizzes coming up, I'm sure. But that's about it for this stream, everyone. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.